is Professor V.K. Tansri Shada, Department of Business Administration, Islamia College, Autonomous Wanyambad. Online classes for 2nd BBA, 4th class, topic Total Quality Management. Yes, in the continuation of the previous class, we discussed about the total quality management. What are the benefits we can derive from the TQM? Let's see one by one. Storage. Secure storage facility should be designated for use of prevent damage or detection of material. Since the quality has to maintain the total quality, we are going to maintain the organization. So storage is storage can play a very important role. Secure storage facility. They should have a proper storage facility so that it has been designated for use of prevent damage or deterioration of material. See, some of the goods it will have a deteriorated. Like suppose like an organization dealing with the fruits, means they have to keep it under cold condition. It will be kept at a refrigerator. On that connection, the deterioration will be taken place. Like what you say, vegetables are there, fruits are there, flowers. These are the goods, and similarly milk products, milk and milk products. These are the things which has to be there. If not properly, preserve it, then the material will be damaged. And so, in order to prevent from the damage or deterioration, that have a proper storage facility be provided. The next one. These should be kept clean and tidy places. What is it? They have the place which have a storage there, not have disturbance places, not have any garbage places. So something it is being very kept clean, okay, and ready and subject to the appropriate pest control is measured. They should have a proper pest control has to be measured. They will taken so that any insect or any damages from the from the insects will not be arises. So that's why proper care will be taken to protect from the pest, from the insects. Okay. The next one, environmental conditions should be recorded. See, the conditions will be environmental conditions mean the situations. Suppose they may have they have to anticipate the winter season, cold season, hot season. Based on that, the storage can be changed. Suppose you may have farmhouses. On that occasion, it is for all farmhouses they may have, it is totally depend on the environmental conditions. So on that occasion, what would be the condition based on the current environment? The storage can be tuned accordingly. The next one, the conditions of storage material should be assessed at appropriate interval. It doesn't mean that if once it will be set up and it will be left out, not like that. It should be a properly assessed at a regular interval, some appropriate interval, or accordingly, whatever may be the possible. So, the condition of storage material should be assessed. Then only you can know that the product which you have been kept as an inventory, that is being under preserved or it is being deteriorated. They may have some damages or some theft will be there. So these are the things that will be taken account. So that's another storage condition. And the next one, storage condition for the appeal should be based upon the stability studies taking into account time, temperature, humidity, and light. See, suppose if you just take the example of the pharmaceutical company. Suppose the organization has been dealing with the pharma. On that occasion, sunlight is a very damage the pharmaceutical company. So the sunlight should be protected. So based on the product, the raw material should not be directly open in the sunlight. So that's why that has been protected. And similarly, if you have any milk product or vegetable fruits like that, it has been kept under cold condition. So this way the storage facility as well as the storage condition should be examined. Then packing. So with respect to the total quality management, not only the product only, but the how packing also very important. We can able to see major thing which have been got it from either from the transport agencies or parcel services. Once we have received the goods, the product, what you see that the package has been broken, it has been damaged. So that what happened? If I have a hard goods, means it's okay. Suppose let's imagine a suppose your organization has been, suppose you may have a importing of some electronic gadgets. It may have a damage, it is useless. So on that occasion, the packaging is very, very important, and the packaging which has comes under labeling, that has to be given. That suppose we may have seen that in every box that is be printed on the sticker, big sticker by that what you say, glass item, handle with care. So same thing that has been labeling, and similarly the direction of kept the box, that's also shown as an arrow mark, something like a top arrow mark, something like that. That's why labeling will be affixed in the boxes and on the carton, and packaging process should be defined. How the packaging has been made, that has also been defined, and controlled by the ensure that correct packaging materials are used. See, depend upon the what you say. Suppose they may have light goods or light elements is there in the cotton means they should have proper this thermocol or wrappers should be there, so that the goods will not be damaged. So correct packaging material in the cotton or what you say, inner material should be what the inner material will be used it. That's also defined, and other specific requirements are met. What would be the condition? Support silica gel which is going to put in that one, so it will not be deteriorated. The good which has been after packing, the good, because from the place of production to the place of consumption, it will take some time. You know, suppose you may have we may have an import from some other country, means it may take some 5 to 10 days, something. It will depend upon the nature of transport, because of the what is depend upon the terms and conditions of the transport agencies. So it may be chances that it may be kept for weeks together. So on that occasion, the goods will not be deteriorated. For that concern, same silica gel has been put it on that one. So in order to protect from the fungus or some other insects. So that's why the packaging should be taken very careful, so that you should have very attentive in nature. The next one, printed label. Printed label. Then next, with respect to the printing table, should be securely stored to avoid mix-up arising. So suppose what is that in a big organization, because of the carelessness of the person who has been dealing with the packing activities, they has to, suppose they have wrongly pasted the wrong cotton. What will happen? Suppose the size or product, colors or something there, that may have a big trouble in it. So that's why, in order to not to have any confusion, they may have separate what the column should be kept it, separate section should be kept it for the particular label only. Understand? So that it not have any confusion, it not have any double or trouble work should be arises. So that's why the printing label should be securely stored to avoid mix-up arising. The next one, marking and labeling should be legible and durable. Provide sufficient information for the accurate identification and indicate. See, what is that? The marking and labeling should be legible in the as well as durable. It should be very readable in format. At the same time, it should be give the brief information. It give a complete information regarding that. Sufficient information should be provided, so that what the product will be there, goods will be there within the cotton, and how much quantity, price, date of manufacture. Okay, these are all the information that has to be the suppliers altogether has been intimated in the labeling. In order to identify the goods in appropriate required storage condition, what is the condition, what is the temperature we have to keep under that control, so that the goods will not be deteriorated. These are the things that have to be mentioned on it. Retest and other expiry date. Retest, when it will be retest, that also be there, or other expiry date has been date of manufacturing as well as the date of expiry in terms of any consumer goods, consumable goods like what you say, food items or what medicines altogether. That is very, very important. Batch number followed by date of manufacture or expiry date. These are the things will be taken into account. Then respect to the facilities and equipment, the location, the design and construction of building should be suitable for the type and stage of manufacture involved. See, what is condition? The manufacturing company should have a proper location, and they have to design the proper way. In order to construct the building, should be suitable for the type and stage of manufacture involved. See, for certain goods, for certain product, if you have dealing with any a product, the company is engaged with producing of some particular product means they have to select the location. Suppose let's say example of a chemical industry. For the chemical industry to set up of the plant, it should be required the respective area, not say the what to say in the area nearby the residential area. So for this concern, it is being taken very important that area of location should be very important. Followed by design, how should be like that, and the construction of buildings should be suitable for the type of and stage of manufacturing involved. Then protecting the product from the contamination. Contamination means something will be added from that because of the water, because of the air, something like that. You may have contamination, including cross contamination, and protecting operators and the environment from the product. It should not be have any fungus or some other bacteria or some what to say, some insect should be attacked on the product. So that's why it has to facilitate and it has been equipped properly. Then equipment surface is contact with the material used in the FI manufacture should be non-reactive. It should not have any reactive item. Reactive means it have electrical shock item should not be there in the good. That has to be taken care of in it. The next one, computerized system. Since as we know that computerized system is being almost every organization they are following the computerized system. Computerized system should be designed and operated to prevent unauthorized entries or changes to the program. What you say, it is being designed and operated to prevent unauthorized entries. Unauthorized entries mean if you have any what to say illegal activities or something which is being unethical ways. So that's why that has the unauthorization of entries should be avoided. By the way, if you have computerization, suppose if you know to check the what is QR scanner, barcode scanner, by the way, you can be able to know genuineness of the organization. Genuineness of the product. So that's why it is a computerized system so that it not be any what will duplication could be easily prevented. Then in case of the manual entry of quality critical data, there should be a second independent check to verify accuracy of the initial entry. See, suppose if you have a manual system of entering the items on notification, they may have another cross check should be kept it. So that's why they mandated to cross check in the same way of independent check. Independent means they have another person who is being checked independently to verify the accuracy of the initial entry. What does it mean? They may have independent means do not have a force of the previous employee, the previous checker. Okay, they may have a full liberty to check the product who may have authorized to check. So that's why that is what you can say that the second independent check, the person who is going to check the second time, he may have an independent body as well as he is a superior power than the first employee. So that generally can able to check the product and verify the accuracy which has to be printed in the first time. So that's why there is almost all take care will be taken care. Almost taken care will be taken. Okay. Then next one, the backup system. The backup system should be provided of all the quality critical data. The backup should be there. Since what do you say? If you have any problem, if suppose the labeling has been it has been over, it been damaged, or it may means they may have a backup should be there. Some cotton has been shorted, that time they may have some backup should be kept in. So that's why these should be there in the TQM system. The next one, let's see the another advantages of TQM. It improves the reputations. Since they may have, whenever you can find there is a TQM is there, definitely you can find that they may have a good reputation, and the faults and problems are spotted and sorted quickly. I just already tell you about it. TQM is a routine process. It will not be in the stage. It will not be at the end of the process. So that's why, since if you have any problem maybe arise, that has been immediately pinpoint as well as not only pinpoint, again it has been solved the problem. It has been spotted and sorted the problem very quickly without much more delay. So that's why another benefit with respect to the TQM. Then next, higher employee morale. The employee should have a good morale in it. Workers motivated by extra responsibility, teamwork, and involvement in decision of TQM. The employee will be motivated by giving responsibility. Once you may feel about it, suppose for a particular employee, they may have giving the liberty, they may have giving the motivated, they may have giving the responsibility, means definitely they can achieve in a best way. Suppose they may have pinpoint or something, they have what you say, they have maybe look after that every angle means they are not be work in the full heartedly. So on that occasion, the work can be extracted in the best way. The teamwork and the involvement in decision of the TQM. The next one, since it have awareness every stage the problem has been find out, and at the same stage itself the problem has been sorted out, means what will happen? They may reduce the cost. Instead of the goods has been moved on to the last stage, at the final stage of packing, there we can find there is a problem, then it has been sent in for the again for the what do you say? Rejection, then it is being made for send it for the rework, then it is being made at the next double work. So what is it? May have loss of money. So by the way, since it is being by applying of the TQM, the cost has been reduced, the lower cost. Since with the help of the TQM, we can able to produce the goods on time, not only on time with the lower cost. So that's why that is another advantage of TQM. Let's see the another would be decrease waste as fewer defective product and no need of separate. See, I already put it. TQM has been started at the very early stage, like right from the purchasing of raw material, right? So from that instance, how any defect will be there, immediately it has to be isolated, it has to be filtered. The problem no need to have a separate active session should be kept for this one. Let's see the some as you know that when you find there is the advantages, ultimately we can find some drawbacks too. Let's see what are the drawbacks of TQM. It is the initial introduction cost. Since by what do you say? It is the establishment, the foundation of this TQM requires a very huge cost. It is not quite possible. See, suppose if you have a small organization, it's okay. If it is being go for the larger organization, in order to install this one, since the higher official, higher authority has to be install this one, it may be the high cost of installation for installation of the TQM. Benefit may not be seen for several years. See, so at once if you have installed, you cannot find very next itself you get the benefit. So it will take long time to get the benefit, to appraise the benefit of the TQM. So that's another drawback. See, if you have for longer period, means it may have say some 4 years, 5 years, something like that. So the benefit may not be seen immediately. The next one, workers may be resistant to change. Since the methodology, the mindset of the worker may not be, see, people do not like to change. As you know that the human tendency is that I have to be like that, I have to be do like that. I will be there. Okay? I going to like that. I have to do it this way only. Suppose the organization has been prescribed, they have been giving opinion, they are giving coordinate to do like this way, they are not resistant. So that's why they can resist to change. So these are the disadvantages with respect to the TQM. Okay, friend, I think you may get an idea about what is the advantages, the disadvantages, and how the storage facilities and labeling and packing is being carried out in the TQM. If you have any doubt, you just please